coloring friends, and welcome to another episode of Coloring Outside the Book. Now, if you're new here, that is a series I do on my channel where I take things from a coloring book and apply them to different decor items or everyday life things that I can use where I can enjoy the pictures outside of a coloring book. I've done a kite, I've done a dishwasher magnet, I've done a vase sort of luminary thing, um, a whole bunch of different things. So if you're interested in that, I have them in a folder on my channel, and you can check out past episodes if you haven't caught those. But today, it's been a while, and I have been really wanting to try to make a pair of earrings with my coloring. So, I have a two-pronged approach here to it, mostly because I didn't realize what I was buying here. So, I have this Shrinky Dink paper that I ordered. I believe I ordered it from Joann.com. And I thought my daughter had a Shrinky Dink kit, and it was more of a papery, opaque shrink paper. This is clear sheets, which I didn't realize. I didn't read the description, so that's on me. But it's just a clear sheet. So I am limited in what I can use on this. It says that you can use permanent markers and alcohol-based markers and inks on these. So what I'm going to do is use these with alcohol marker, but I was really set on using some pencils because I have the what I want to use to color is these small miniatures that I ordered from AgotaPop on Etsy. Um, so I was looking forward to using pencil with these. So, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a second set of earrings, and I am going to color in, I'm going to shrink down the paper with my printer and then cut around that. Um, and then color with pencil, and then I'm going to laminate those and put them in an earring set. And we can look at the end and see which way works better. So, but I was really set on using pencils on these designs. I really like this artwork. So I'm going to choose my design that I want to do for the marker version. And then we will get it taped down and traced onto this shrink paper, and then we can get to coloring. All right, so I have decided, I think I'm going to do this little pumpkin pie. I'm going to make it a pumpkin pie uh, because I think it would be nice to show up at Thanksgiving, which, surprise, is tomorrow. Um, Full disclosure, it took me a little bit to get back to this, so, but we're going to do it. I'm going to have some cute earrings to wear to Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. And you can see down here, I did a little test trial run kind of on just to see how the tracing worked on this, how the markers worked, all of that. So far it's looking okay, so I think we're gonna be able to make this happen. Um, I'm gonna come in a little closer. So I read the directions for this stuff, and it said that you can color and trace on either side. So I thought the way I did it with this one down here is I traced on the top side and then I flipped it over and did the coloring in on the reverse side. And I like the way that worked out. So I'm going to do that with this as well. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to do these twice, so I have a pair of earrings, but I'm only going to show one on camera, so. And I think I'm going to leave out these little floating leaves up here and just keep it as the uh, pies. I do want to make sure I have enough room for a hole, and I was just thinking I need to make sure it's going to be balanced well too. That's going to be a little tricky. Um, Yeah, I'm going to leave a little extra space up there for a hole to be punched. And then we'll see, maybe I'll do the cutout around it and then see where the best place to position the hole is, so they're not, hanging crooked. Let me come in a little closer. We're going to go ahead and do the tracing. I'm just going to use a Sharpie marker for that. Sorry, I have stuff on my fingers from another project. So let me come in and we will get to it here. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention too, I hope that the light is adequate. I tried my ring light to start, but this stuff is so shiny that there was just such a glare. So I figured it's probably better if I um, just go with the natural light that's coming in the window. So I hope that's going to be enough. I figure that's better than blinding everybody with a big glowing circle. So I did learn from the bottom one that a light touch on the tracing is a must, because this does even seem to kind of bleed out onto this stuff, so the plastic. And in true fashion, as soon as I start tracing, I feel like my hands get super shaky, so it's not going to be absolutely perfect, but that's okay. Just do the best I can. The directions do recommend taping everything down. I am not going to do that. I feel like I'm just going to knock it out here real quick and keep it held in place. So I do wish I had the skinnier Sharpie to use for this tracing. I mean, the bold lines are kind of nice to have, but unfortunately the only thinner Sharpie point I have is a little dried out, so it's just not going to fit the bill for this project. And like I said, I want to wear my earrings tomorrow, so I really want to get this done. Got a little wonky with this one here. Let's see if I can even it out. That's a little better. All right, and got a few more leaves, and then we'll move on to the pie. The kind of nice thing about this project is, I mean, other than the time to heat up the oven and shrink it down and everything, it's a fairly quick project. I mean, it's a little tiny picture, and I'm just using marker. I did experiment a little with some blending with the markers down in my lower picture down there, and I wasn't really thrilled with it. I think it ends up leaving too many lines, so we're just gonna have straight coloring and work on just avoiding having too many marker lines. Try to incorporate as much of this little detail as I can. This is not the easiest to do on camera, I will say, because I'm trying to stay on the line and keep my hand out of the shot as well. And you can see I'm struggling a bit. I'm not super thrilled with that leaf, but I think we got it all. All right, so before I flip it to color the reverse side, I'm just gonna let it sit and make sure it's really set up so it's not smearing at all. And then I will flip it over. I have alcohol markers picked out. That is one thing it specifies. I think I may have mentioned this before, but you want to use alcohol-based ink, not water-based ink. So I have some colors picked out from my Mondo Llama set that I got from Target. I really like these. I used them in another picture recently, and I discovered in October and discovered that I really enjoy them. The one that I colored down here, I used all Sharpie on. I should have swatched this one a little better before I used it. I was hoping it really looked like a maroon in the packaging, but it turned out way more magenta. So, but you know what? I think it's still going to be cute. So I will leave it be. But as soon as this one is set up, we'll flip it and color the reverse side with our colors. All right, I think we are set up enough here. I have flipped this to the back side, so I'm coloring on the back of this. And I'm going to go ahead and start, I think, with my pie here. This is just a very, very light creamy shade, so it's going to be a little probably hard to see. And I'll try to keep the squeaking to a minimum. The markers do squeak quite a bit on this paper or plastic. My oldest came in, was like, what is that noise? When I was working on the bottom one. I'm like, it's my markers. Let's see here. I did kind of test these all out beforehand, so I'm hoping they are the intensity that I want. Yep, see, there's that squeakiness. If it gets too bad, yeah, see, that's a little lighter than I wanted it to be. If the squeaking gets too bad, I will try and just maybe go over it with music instead, so I'm not torturing anybody. I'm just trying to find a better pumpkin color. I'm not really happy with that one. I think this Sharpie one should be good. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's way better. Just a nice deep pumpkin color. There we go. And I did notice with the other picture I did that you can kind of build up the marker color. So it goes on kind of light, but then I kind of came around with a second layer of it and was able to darken up the color a bit. So okay, I think I got all the pumpkin-y bits. Yeah, I like this one's kind of light. I'm gonna go back over it, see if I can darken it up a bit. There we go. Alright, and I think this is the one I chose for the crust. Ooh, that's gonna be super squeaky and not very. Yeah, I might need to revise that. That's not really showing up too well. Let's see. See what else I can try here. This might be too yellow. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what I can do. I'm going to do maybe a little experimenting again and see if I can layer on some brown in there. Make it a little more pie crust colored. It's all trial and error. The Sharpies really lay down nice on this stuff. Actually, I think I prefer them a little bit to the alcohol markers. I would definitely say if you're going to attempt this project, you want to make sure you're using markers that have are not dried out at all, because you're not going to get that ink to lay down on this if they're dry. I came across one that was pretty dry and it just didn't want to give its color at all. So some nice fresh if you've got markers for this project. It's very yellow, but I don't know what else to do. My color is just not laying quite the way I want it to. Alright, I've got a nice orange here. It's a little brighter than the pie orange, so I think it'll work. I don't know if you're picking up on that squeaky, I'm sorry. There we go. Alright, do a couple different leaf colors here. I think I'd better go with the darker brown around the wow, that one is, and I think the drier they are, the more squeaky they are, so I am going to see if I have a Sharpie one that's a little fresher. Go over that. Yeah, I like that a little better. Okay, I'm definitely finding that the Sharpies work way better on this than the alcohol markers. All right, I'm gonna try I have a different alcohol marker here. We'll see how it does on this. Maybe it'll do a little better. That's a little better. No, that's very yellow. And then I have like a sort of a reddish brown here. These are extra squeaky. Sorry, everyone. All right. Let's make sure I get right up to the edge of that black. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to do this leaf down here in a brown also. And then I've got a nice bluish color picked out for my plate. I think it was this one. Just to throw in another color here. It's coming across a little more purple on this paper. But that's okay. Control the marker lines a bit. All right, that looks kind of cute. Debating on whether I want to attempt to shade in a little bit here. I don't know. Alright, let's see what happens when I go back over it with the yellow, with the brown on it. If I can get that to just blend out a little bit. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm worried you're going to see the marker lines though. Try and drag that out as well. Just a touch. And then here. All right, well, I think that's about as good as it's going to get. So I am going to go ahead. I have the second one traced right below it. I'm going to go ahead and color it the same way. And then I'm going to get them cut out and on a tray. And I will, we'll see if we can get a shot of them shrinking down in the oven. So I will see you in the kitchen next. All right, I have got these cut out. You can see, maybe you can't see. There is a little hole punched in for the earring attachment. And I just used this tiny little hole punch. So, handy to have. The tricky part was just figuring out where to put the hole, and I'm still not totally sure if I've got it where it should be. I have this on a baking sheet, and I have a piece of parchment paper down. The directions say to bake these with the colored side up. So I have the more colored side that I did, not the traced side, facing up. I have the oven set to 325 degrees per the recipe's instruction. Or not recipe, the instructions, per the instructions. I'm not going to eat these pies later. And then, so you put them in for 1 to 3 minutes, wait for them, watch them, wait for them to lie flat, and allow an additional 30 seconds of baking time. So I have my little toaster oven heated up here. And I'm going to go ahead and slide these guys on in. There we go. Try not to burn myself. And there we go. And away we go. Now, my oven could definitely use a good deep clean, so no judgment, please. But we should see these starting to curl up. The light on so we can see it a little better. Yeah, so they're starting to curl up. Good, good, good. That means something's going right here. Right, and our 30 seconds are up. I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys out. There we go. And we're going to let them sit here for 15 seconds to cool. And then I will be able to take them off the paper. All right, the earrings are done, and I think they turned out so cute. I love them. So there we are. Hopefully the glare is not ruining it. I may need to turn off the lights again, although I've lost the daylight at this point, so trying to make do. But yeah, they turned out so cute. I really, really like them. So I think if I'm doing this again, I would probably put the hole a little closer to the top. I ended up having to use a little jump ring to connect the earring piece, just because it wouldn't fit on that area right there. So I'd put the hole a little closer to the top. It's always hard to see where you're putting that. And yeah, let's see. So it goes this way. And the earring pieces, I just got those from, I bought mine from Joann Fabric. They're just their Hildy and Joe line. They're pretty affordable, and the pack came with 32, so I've got more than enough to make more, which I definitely will be doing. This was so much fun, and I think they're super, super cute. So I definitely enjoyed the project. I hope everyone enjoyed seeing it come together. I'm excited to wear these to Thanksgiving tomorrow. If you are in the United States, I hope everyone has a very nice Thanksgiving. If you're not, I hope you have a nice day as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll try to put links to whatever I can that I used in the description The little hole punch came in another Shrinky Dink kit we had, my kids had. Although you could use any hole punch, really, I think would work just fine. Um, and yeah, I think that'll be it for today. I really had fun with this one. This was a kind of cool one to do, and I for sure am going to be making some Christmas earrings to wear. So, a nice little option and a fun coloring activity. So thanks again for joining me today. I appreciate you being here always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.